boat, so you can take my freedom anymore. I got a white gun fever.
We are on a cross-Canada road trip. We're gonna go across the North Shore Lake Superior, right across the prairies, and then we're gonna cut north in Alberta, and we're gonna go all the way up to northern BC on the Cassier Highway, all the way to the Telegraph Creek Road near Dease Lake. And the Telegraph Creek Road is a really rugged mountain road that skirts the epic Grand Canyon of the Stikine River. When we get to Telegraph Creek, that's where our 10-day canoe trip is going to start down the lower Stikine River. We're going to continue into Alaska in northern rainforest and then paddle a little bit on the Pacific to finish our trip in Wrangell. And then we take a jet boat all the way back up the Stikine in just a few hours and drive all the way home. So we're very, very excited. We got Huddy and Wesley loaded in the truck. It's been a lot of planning and prepping for this overlanding expedition. We have our Chevy Silverado ZR2. We have our Expedition 2.0 teardrop trailer by Off Grid Trailers. Those are all loaded up. Got our 18-foot Prospector by Novacraft Canoe strapped to the roof, and loading was a big job. Yesterday we tackled that. The house looked like a bomb went off in it. Stuff was spread out everywhere. We got all that organized. We got the overlanding adventure plan. We got the canoe trip plan. Everything we need organizing, because we're going to be on the road for 4 to 5 weeks in this adventure. So we're really looking forward to it. But the one thing that kind of breaks my heart a little is the fact that we had such a great year with our garden, particularly our Three Sisters garden, as well as zucchini that we grew, peppers, cucumber, and everything like that. And my corn is blowing up, my beans are blowing up, squash is blowing up. Actually, a couple of them were ready to harvest, just football-sized pieces of squash, CFL football-sized pieces of squash. And so we're gonna have to leave a lot of that behind. But this morning I went out and I picked a ton of big, juicy beans. I got a lot of delicious corn. We of course got moose steaks with us, tons of moose burgers, and we got peppers, we got zucchini and everything. So we're basically going to be eating on this overland adventure food that we grew and food that we harvested through hunting and that as well. So we're super excited. We got another month-long trip jumping off. The kids are stoked, me and Tori are stoked, and can't wait to hit the road. So here we go. So we just passed Mississauga FN, which is a reserve near Blind River, where we got north. We drove up here in October 2 years ago and got north, and I think he kind of seemed to remember because he perked up and he's sniffing there and looking around, which is pretty adorable.
Canada's first copper mine.
Hey Wes? Yay!
Take 'em, Mama. Thank you.
Come here.
Take-a-boo. Bye-bye. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay, so we are just heading out of the Sioux. We are camping in Pancake Bay tonight, which is pretty exciting. The kids have been really good considering they've been in the car for a really long time. but we're about 40 minutes away, so we're just gonna get there and set up camp and enjoy the evening, and we will enjoy the views on the way as well.
North shore of Lake Superior. Pancake Bay is on mighty Lake Superior. It's the largest lake in the world by surface area, and the scenery along the North Shore is just absolutely breathtaking. We're going to be driving through the heart of that scenery tomorrow. Very, very beautiful, and I'm looking forward to spending our first night on this overlanding adventure at Pancake Bay. Quack. Lake Superior, honey. Can you say getcha goomy?
Getcha goomy?
Cheerios. Waves are cool. I see that guy fishing with them. Here.
I wonder if there's a plaque in Pancake Bay that explains why.
Okay, we are at Pancake Bay. Got a little wood. It's actually fairly busy here. Nice evening, and we're just gonna find our campsite for the night. Howdy. Okay, why don't we get some of these little sticks? These little sticks, huh? And how do you find some little sticks? Good job. Good job. Can you find more?
Boom, boom, boom.
This is perfect, right here.
Yeah, I love it.
On the foot.
Yeah, your box, go for it.
All right. Take your time. I don't mind if you twist ever go over.
Mommy.
Jump so you can reach it. Big jump. Good jumping. You gonna go back and eat? Huddy's tired from swinging on the monkey bars, so I have to carry him back.
All right, let's have a look at this corn that we grew. Oh man, that's looking pretty good. Look at this, Tar.
That's great.
Right? And do the corn on the fire. We'll boil it. fresh sweet corn that we grew. Look at that, huh? Peaches and cream. Amazing. Well, you know, it's totally fine to eat corn raw, and Hudson's doing just that.
Yummy.
Do you like corn, Hudson?
Corn.
Ready? It's a really big spoon.
Good job, bud.
Avoid it until there's gonna be some good fiber for you, bud.
One, two, three, check. I got it. I can what it will.
Okay, we got some moose steaks here. Got some meat tenderizer on these moose steaks. What kind of steaks are these? Blade steaks? Shank steaks?
I don't know.
They look epic. So we tenderize these, and this is the moose. This is a moose. So tonight we're having a meal that we completely grew and hunted completely on our own. Yeah, just eat some.
Eat it all, so just eat, you know?
Yeah, get some of that.
This is before my little chipmunk got at it.
Yeah, well,
Is
pretty
that
much.
chipmunk honey?
We don't have a lot.
I'll take another like
Those pieces.
this end.
Oh man, I can eat more than this, I think.
Coffee one.
There's the topping. Let me tell you, that is some of the best corn I've ever eaten in my life. Hudson liked it so much he ate an entire cob and a half completely raw, which by the way is totally fine. Got a nice fire going. Got into camp a little later, so we're definitely eating later than anticipated, but we got away a little later. So this will probably be the latest night yet. Starting to get in some beautiful country across the North Shore of Lake Superior, and got to enjoy our harvest. Beans that we grew ourselves in our Three Sisters garden, and of course corn, which is perfect corn, and of course the moose that we harvested too. So entire meal is completely grown, hunted, you know, etc. by Tori and I. So that feels really awesome. And all in, super successful day. We're both having a lot of fun. Awesome times. a nice day. Good morning, each and every one. That is a more inclusive way to say good morning. Nice sight, except we're like
Parked on the highway.
exactly what I was concerned about is that there's sort of only a sliver here at Pancake Bay between the Trans-Canada Highway and Lake Superior, and we got the campsite that is like right beside the highway. Yeah, only complaint other than that is a nice little spot here, kind of a nice little hollow and some cedar trees, some maples here, and had an awesome meal last night. Super delicious. So yeah, today is day 2 of our adventure. Really looking forward to today because we're getting into the rugged, beautiful north of Lake Superior country. Hopefully we find a good spot to pull over and make some sandwiches and have lunch and enjoy a view of Lake Superior. And we're pushing to Thunder Bay today. So today we're going to be camping at Sleeping Giant. I've never camped there before. I've only seen the Sleeping Giant as I pass through Thunder Bay. So anyways, excited for what the day has to hold.
Sit down and apparently.
Thank you. Good sharing. Sport mode. Huddy's in sport mode. Going for a run with Huddy, trying to burn off some energy. Run. Come on.
Yummy oatmeal. Ready?
Come on, nurse. Look at that.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Cheerios.
Huddy's. Oh, shut up, really? I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's the 31st. Huddy, did you know it's Hudson's birthday today?
Holiday day to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Yummy cake.
That worked?
Jam done. Just making our way along the North Shore of Lake Superior here. We just pulled over to take just a quick little stop at basically a lookout. Absolutely beautiful, and just watching waves crashing up on the shore. More exposed to the open lake along this stretch as opposed to Pancake Bay, which is huge but more protected. And the scenery is getting amazing too. So it's nice to take just a quick little stop. We got to make some time. Somehow we managed to not get away until 11 and we didn't even eat a proper breakfast. Like, what the heck? Still earlier than yesterday, but we woke up at 7 and we're like, we're gonna get on the road early today, and next thing you know, we're like, oh man, we're not on the road, but we're just having a blast. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day and a beautiful drive, so it's great. I'm enjoying it.
How do you like the ZR2?
Yeah, so I like being able to see the map and what I'm listening to all at the same time. And I just like how much power it has. I like being able to pass people and not be afraid of
While towing.
while towing, yeah. It's just like no problem watching us pass someone right now.
Uh-oh. Yikes. So long, sucker.
See you later, Sentra.
Yeah, when the ZR2 you can be towing, passing people, going uphill. It's amazing. Well, Wesley is snoozing, and I took Hudson to do a little exploring here at Old Woman Bay, and he had a blast playing in the sand and throwing rocks and wading in Lake Superior. And Tori, while we were doing that, made some sandwiches, which we are enjoying right now. So awesome little stop. To Terrace Bay, and Huddy's having a meltdown. Wesley's being good though.
Wesley's always good.
So we're gonna stop and check out a really cool waterfall.
Yeah, we're gonna pull over here. Whee! Slow down, please.
We just saw Aguasabon Falls. Huddy got to burn off a little steam, and so did the rest of us. And yeah, really beautiful. Not as much water coming through it as on some of the other times I've been there, but pretty awesome, worth the stop. And it looks like we're going to be getting into camp pretty late. We're trying to make it all the way to Thunder Bay to the Sleeping Giant tonight. So unfortunately we'd hoped to get there early, but one thing another happened. But anyways, we're still gunning for it, and with any luck we should be there within an hour and a half.
Watch over the ankle breaker there.
How about this? Wesley!
Mommy. Touch. I go. Yay!
And my third one. No, come here. On the wheel, Wesley, over there.
One on heavies too.
Huh?
Tomato. Oh yeah, there's onion.
I don't see a tomato Look at those beans, That was a good burger, honey.
Yeah, good.
Happy birthday, dear Hudson. Happy birthday to you. Oh, again. Good job! Yay!
Happy birthday, Daddy.
To Javi.
Mama.
You're welcome, baby boy.
Hold tight. It is the morning of day 3 of our adventure, and I was awoken at about 4:45 in the morning by the sharp smell of a skunk. North was sleeping right outside my tent and tied up, and somehow a skunk managed to come onto our campsite and spray him. I mean, the wind is windy today, not cool, but not too many clouds, but windy, so that wind I think is blowing the smell away, but it's pretty bad. So, you know, to spend the day in the truck with a skunked dog, not fun. So I've learned over the years of having dogs that have been skunked that toothpaste works pretty good. So I'm gonna take him down to the lake here and just scrub toothpaste into him and like wash him off as much as I can. Not the best thing to wake up to, but I'm gonna go deal with it. Tori got a fire going. We're gonna get some breakfast and hit the road. Okay, now we're trying some tomato sauce.
Where's your truck? I can't get anything done.
I just need this food though, but I thought that it's just thinking about possibly be 9:33. Okay, we left camp and what time is it?
It is 10:02.
Yes, honey, we did it, and we didn't even wake up that early.
An hour earlier.
And the dog got. We just had to be stressed out and angry, and we got her done. Wow! And North is in the vehicle. We have completely covered the seats and all the surrounding area with towels and whatnot, and it doesn't smell that bad. So I think I did about as good a job as possible of cleaning them off with all the tricks.
Is that your dog? Do you love your dog?
Do you love him even though he smells? Just stopped here at the Terry Fox Memorial near Thunder Bay, and just like to stop here to pay my respects to one of the greatest Canadian gingers. For anybody that you know, Terry Fox, he did something called the Marathon of Hope. He lost his leg due to cancer, and he started on the East Coast, and he was planning to run across Canada, and this is where he stopped because the cancer came back and he eventually passed away, but he did it all on one leg. Amazing. He's only 23 years old when he passed. And there's the sleeping giant. We don't know where we're going to camp tonight. Do we camp in a provincial park? A provincial park is good because you kind of know that you're going to get something decent, although you have to pay, and you don't really know what your site's going to look like. Huddy might keep people up being loud so there's other people around, or do we take one of these side roads, go on a little side adventure, and maybe we find somewhere kind of remote, a ways in off the highway that we can call home for the night. Sometimes that can be hit and miss. You can get an amazing place, or you can end up in a mosquito infested bog. So we haven't decided yet what we're going to do, but yeah, we still have, I don't know, probably another 100 kilometers or so to make it, and before we figure out where we're going to stay.
Have a little cook station.
I'm just busting out this flat pack fireplace, which is by Overland Racks Ontario and Red Bear Outdoors. And this spot that we're in now, there's a fireplace up there, but it's like enormous. So we just need like a little fire. Wesley loves sitting by the fire, and a little fire maybe to help with cooking. And it's quite warm out, but a little mood fire, throw it a little light. The GoPro you could clamp it on later, don't worry about it. Right. This goes on top here, and you can cook like that.
Whoa.
Boy. Oh, thanks, Huddy. Good job. Huddy just came and put wood on.
Good. Huddy's going.
Well, we're just camped on Eagle Lake here near Vermilion Bay. Found a nice little spot, and Huddy has found a hiking trail. So Tori's back setting up my tent, and I had to follow Huddy, and sure enough, he found the good trail. So I'm gonna go with him, burn off a little steam, and he loves to do a little bit of exploring, that's for sure. Well, it is, I guess, not that late, but I am pretty tired. Tori and I had an awesome meal, stayed up by the fire till probably about 11:30, and I am exhausted. Great day today. Put Lake Superior behind us, saw some beautiful scenery, woke up at the Sleeping Giant. Geez, it's hard to believe that today, just this morning, I had to scrub north down with everything that we had on us to try to get this reeking skunk scent out of them. So they didn't start off great, but sure ended awesome. I think what is my favorite place to camp of the entire trip, and weather-wise beautiful too. Huddy had a blast exploring the area. Good meal again. Got to try out our new little portable fire stove, which was great. And saw some, really cool scenery, and checked out some new places, so can't complain. Tomorrow we are going to be making it through Manitoba and getting into the prairies, so we're headed for a drastic change of scenery, and it's hard to believe today was only day 3. We're going to be on the road for probably 10 to 11 days before we even start our canoe trip. So lots to go, and I can't wait to get to those Rocky Mountains. Morning.
Morning.
Well, good morning. It is day 4 of our adventure to northern BC, and I think we found probably what was just about the best spot yet last night. Lots of privacy, place to ourselves, and had a good meal and just enjoyed hanging out by the lake. And no skunks today, which is nice. This morning, Tori actually took the brunt of packing up. We had a bit of work to do because the trailer needed charging, so we busted out the generator, got breakfast going, got coffees going, and I took Huddy on a long trek down this beautiful little trail that follows the shoreline here of Eagle Lake.
Look. Whoa. Ooh, ooh.
Tori was finishing packing up, and I took Hudson and North to burn off a little steam on this trail that skirts Eagle Lake, and it got to this beautiful rocky outcrop spot. Hudson came down here yesterday, but we didn't make it this far, so a really cool spot and beautiful morning. You can tell it's going to be another warm, if not hot, day. Saw a bald eagle. There's some people out here fishing. You can still see the moon in the sky, so pretty special. We gotta get going. We got some more exciting places to see. High five. Woo! Man, that water's pretty cool. Definitely not peak summer. We're in September here, but still very swimmable and oh, so refreshing. Well, I better get going back, but Tori's gonna be jealous that she missed out on this adventure. You can tell it's going to be a hot day today, which is nice. I'm glad summer has come back because it was quite cold for a couple weeks or more. Today we are pushing through Kenora, through Winnipeg, and gonna be across Manitoba with any luck. So looking forward to crossing that 100th meridian where the Great Plains begin. At the 100th meridian where the Great Plains begin! That means caribou. In Ojibwe. We are in Manitoba, honey. Honey, we made it to Manitoba. Heck yeah.
Whenever I think of Manitoba, I think of that song.
What song?
I can't feel my face cause I live here.
Manitoba. Nothing's colder. How are you feeling about this trip so far?
Well, I'm enjoying the road trip.
Are you?
Yeah, I really like road trips. I like road trips. But I think the closer we get, I am feeling more and more nervous about the canoe trip. So there's no portages. So there's no rapids.
I mean, when I was there, it was super high water, so there's one rapid that was like maybe a class 1 plus.
I looked at it, I didn't see any marked rapids.
Like
I only saw
class 1s or
I only saw
Swifts.
a Swift,
Yeah.
and it said like Swift. Or
Yeah, so
whatever.
there's like one rapid on it basically that we're just gonna run with the kids, you know. Well, we are in Saskatchewan. We're pushing through a lot of the prairies today. Big prairie skies here, a lot of agriculture along the Trans-Canada. We won't be getting into camp till late. We're gonna kind of push a little bit further today, and that way we can spend some more time in Jasper. We did do a lunch stop in Winnipeg actually, and there's like a heat wave. It's blasting hot outside, so we found a little kids playground in Winnipeg as we were passing through and had some lunch, and Huddy played on the monkey bars there a bit, but it was really hot, so we didn't want to move around too much. Anyways, yeah, just gonna keep on trucking, and we're just about to pass Moosomin, which is a spot that me and Tori got a flat once and had to spend a night.
I set my sails and wait for the wind to blow.
Tori was just checking when we had internet reception there on the BC wildfire site. Looks like we're gonna be okay. If we go through Jasper, head up through the Rockies and come to Dease Lake from the south, looks like we're gonna be well away from any serious forest fires. Huddy's listening to some kids' music in the back there. Those aren't silly sound effects I added into the video.
Close your eyes and chase what you see. Rest of our days, no more losing sleep. No matter where we go.
Well, it is almost dark. We're still trying to find Buffalo Pound Provincial Park. It's called Buffalo Pound because it's sort of like a pound. The word pound is used kind of like dog pound, where there's some features in the land that allowed indigenous people to almost herd plains bison into into areas where they could be corralled.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just get there, maybe call it a night, you know,
Yeah.
have a drink,
Have a bevy. Okay. Yeah, it'll be neat to see how it looks tomorrow. And then we get up earlier tomorrow, maybe do breakfast or whatever. We're hoping to be in Jasper
Shit,
tomorrow.
my phone died.
Oh, yikes.
We just had to follow the signs,
Yeah.
like the olden days.
The olden days. This here is sage. It's a sacred plant to a lot of North American indigenous people. There's all different kinds of sages, but this one is one that would be, you know, basically the kind of one almost that you would buy at the store and add to food as a herb. It smells absolutely delicious. The morning of day 5 of our adventure, and we got into Buffalo Pound Provincial Park late at night last night. The park was pretty busy because we have like a drive up site, so there's RVs, trucks and stuff around us, but it's a very beautiful area. It's definitely not flat here like much of the prairies. There's big hills and basically some very dramatic scenery, and Buffalo Pound Lake. It's about 6:30 in the morning right now. We're still on Eastern time, so we're like 2 hours. It's really like 8:30 for us. So we're trying to be quiet because other people are camped around us. We thought it'd be a good idea to, you know, essentially push through and camp in a campsite where we knew it'd be a little more busy, just so we had a guaranteed place to camp, and then we could make more time, because tonight we're heading for Jasper and we're hoping to take a day off in the Rocky Mountains.
Cause it feels like family. Feels like family.
Okay, well, we are just leaving Buffalo Pound and it turned out to be a real treat. We got here late at night and we didn't see the surrounding coulees and scenery that just looks like something out of an old Western, not to mention the beautiful Buffalo Pound Lake. So really kind of quintessential prairie coulee landscape, which is pretty special. So we're really glad we decided to stay here, even though it was pretty busy, the area, because of the long weekend, but really enjoyed it. And Tori and I each took a bit of a hike to get a view of the surrounding scenery, which was really neat. Now we're back on the road and we are pushing to make it to Jasper tonight. We didn't really do much when we got to camp last night. We just basically made it there. The kids were already falling asleep and we just didn't even have a fire. We just hung out for a minute, had a little snack and a drink and crashed. And then this morning, I think we made the best out of it considering the time we had. So pretty cool. And we're heading for the Rocky Mountains. This forest fire smoke that we're dealing with actually kind of blocked the sun a bit and cooled down what was a very hot day. This smoke has come from the territories up by Yellowknife. I don't know if you heard, but Yellowknife, the city of Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, was evacuated. Just crazy. And yeah, all this smoke is blowing down from the north, and that's why we're getting these hazy, smoky conditions here in southern Saskatchewan today. But I like the smell, and it kind of gives a beautiful sort of tinge to the sun, but it kind of blocks the views as well. So, ideally not amazing, because it's just been crazy what's going on with these forest fires in Canada this year. What's said to be the worst forest fire year ever in Canada. Another really bad one, I think, was in the 70s, maybe early 80s, which was, we don't know yet, but obviously just as bad, if not this is worse. So yeah, pretty scary. We're here. We did it.
We did it.
Do you want to turn on the outside light? What?
I can't take spider in here.
Really?
Here, put this in first.
Hi, Budgie. I had a fun time with you today. Playing on the swings. Yes, I did.
I am making butter chicken.
Go somewhere else, please.
North, don't you understand? Go somewhere else, please. Thank you so much. Think about the first night when we slept beside a raging highway. Doesn't that feel like a month ago?
It really does. It's so far. We're on the other side of the freaking continent.
So far.
Yeah, these are deliciously perfect.
Well, if I fade away, ready?
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, that was
Fucking nothing but
skill.
net.
Good under pressure.
Okay, now we can eat.
This looks like an exciting dish. This nan's fairly smoky tasting.
I gave you a fork and a spoon
Oh, thank you.
because I don't know what you want.
Oh yeah, this looks amazing.
It is a little smoky about
The nan?
the situation here.
You mean the nan bread?
I do mean the nan bread.
Even though we got to camp really late, we were super hungry. And the kids were falling asleep or sleeping. And so we decided we wanted to cook some of the chicken up that we brought. It's been in the freezer this whole time. And so Tori made butter chicken and it's really good. I heated up the nan over the fire with it's got a slight little smoky flavor to it and perfect. It tastes almost like a chef from India came over and gave us a few pointers or something, doesn't it, Tori?
Feels a lot like that.
Brown spices for sure, like the black pepper, cayenne pepper, salt according to your taste. If you need some like extra special in it, add some curd in it in the butter chicken. You guys gonna love it for sure. If I actually see someone who is struggling or who is in need of me, I'm always there for that.
What was
And what's your name again?
What's your name
I'm
again?
Sammy.
So today was a good day, but it was pretty long. This morning was pretty cool. Each of us took a hike up onto a hill at Buffalo Pound. And we drove out of there and it was like, we were on the road for 10 hours. And, with stops and stuff like that. We had a quick stop for lunch. Let Huddy run around, but it was a long day for the kids and for me and Tori too. So it's gonna be nice tomorrow to not have such a crazy schedule. Here we are on the morning of day 6 of our adventure, and we are camped just outside of Jasper National Park. We got in very late last night and ended up cooking anyways because we were starving. The kids were sleeping. We're just packing up. We decided that we want to camp in Jasper Park today. This is a beautiful site here. This is an Alberta provincial park that we're camped in, and we're just kind of nestled amongst these tall spruce trees. You can't actually see any mountains around us right now because it's an overcast day, and unfortunately there's a lot of fire smoke in the air, forest fire smoke, but it's beautiful, and we're definitely well out of the Great Plains and into the Rocky Mountains. It's still a bit of a trek to Jasper, but we're gonna camp there tonight. It's on our way, and hopefully do a hike today. Kind of a chilly day and not the nicest day for our time in Jasper. We're supposed to get some rain, but you get what you get, so we're going to deal with it. And yeah, Tori and I are just going to take down the tent, have a coffee, get a bite to eat, and hit the road. Before long, we'll be in Jasper. Good morning, Wes. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Huddy. Good morning.
Help.
There you go, buddy. Here.
Did the morning routine of giving Wesley his tummy medicine. He has some problems with digestion and pain that comes in his gastrointestinal kind of pains, we think. And this medication we give to him before he eats, and we wait about 20 minutes, and that kind of coats his tummy and means that he's a lot more comfortable throughout the day. So I gave that to him, and then he eats his breakfast, and then we give him his seizure medication, which is yummy, tastes like creamsicle, so he doesn't mind that at all. Today it was a bit rough because you have to buy it in pill. You have to buy the tummy medicine in pill form and open it up into little balls, but then you have to pour it in and wash it down his mouth because you can't swallow a full pill. Well, today, unfortunately, my spoon, I didn't realize, was kind of wet, so all the little balls stuck to it. So it was a little bit more of a struggle trying to get it all into his mouth. But anyways, it really helps him. High five. High five. Yeah, high five.
Okay. So the morning routine has been keep Hudson corralled in the trailer for as long as we can while we get coffee ready and Wesley's breakfast ready. And then once he wants out, Jim basically takes him exploring while I do everything else to get us packed up, which I don't mind doing because I am very particular about how I want things packed up in the trailer. Frankly, I don't trust Jim to do it the way that I want him to do it. So I'm okay with him taking Hudson away from here, and I can do things the way that I want to do them and hang out with Wesley, the little angel. Hey, buddy. So it seems to be working because it burns off a lot of energy for Hudson, and then he's ready to get in the car and drive for a while. So that's how we've been doing it, and that's probably how we're going to continue doing it until we get to Telegraph Creek. Hey, Wes? You want more? Sorry, buddy.
On a little adventure guided by Hudson. Huddy likes to go for a rip in the morning when he gets up, and we need to take all the opportunities for him to burn off energy as possible. So oftentimes I've been following Huddy on his morning adventure, and Tori's been doing the final things of packing up at camp. What do you got there, hon?
These are those dehydrated hash browns from Costco. You just add water, let it sit, and then fry them up.
Like they have a little bit of everything.
Hudson! He's running away. He's gonna harass the neighbors. Carrot, sweetheart.
Yummy.
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 You want to eat this?
Eat this.
Eat this here. What's this, bud? Want some of this?
Not too big up on it.
We have about 6 days left before we start paddling the Stikine, so we need to make sure we have enough food to be on the road, because there's going to be a long stretch where there's not many services or grocery stores and things like that. So ideally from here on out we can be pretty self-sufficient and have everything we need. So I'm just going through all the food. My original plan when I packed for the trip was I packed 5 days of food, and then I was going to resupply for the final 5 days. So we're pretty much right on track. We do still have food left, so I just want to take a bit of an inventory, figure out what we have and what we need, and go from there. Buddy, you missed the owl last night.
There's an owl last night.
A really loud owl. Last night I found a gigantic spider inside of the trailer crawling around on my bed, which is my worst nightmare. This is part of the reason why I'm particular about packing the trailer, because we take things out every night, leave it outside, and then we put it back in the trailer while we're traveling. So now I'm going to be extra careful about putting a gigantic spider specifically, into the trailer. I put this blanket, it's like a picnic blanket, but it's got the waterproof layer underneath, and I leave a little space so that we can change diapers right here and not be getting it all over our blankets. And also because we put like the chairs and the tent and everything in there, so I just want like a layer, try to keep my blankets clean, but there's only so much I can do. We finally got a new baby carrier since I've been carrying Wesley on my front since Hudson was born pretty much. So now Wesley and I will have a much more comfortable hike.
You know what'll be good about getting more warm things is they'll ensure that it's just cold. I don't want Huddy to be cold, you know?
Yeah, I know, me neither. I don't want
Huddy whip the iPad out. A whiskey jack. Been immediately delighted with a pretty epic sighting of what are bighorn sheep. None of them with the huge big horns, but that's what they are. They're sheep, and some of them just hanging out in the hills and on the rocky outcrops of the mountain right beside the highway. Really neat to just kind of pull over and take a good look at those. I've been here a few other times and haven't seen sheep in large numbers like that. The only problem is that the views are pretty obstructed by the smoke and just in general cloudy day, but it looks like it's getting nicer out. It is a cold day, and Tori and I are like a little concerned that we don't have enough warm clothes. We also forgot gloves for the kids, and sort of thinking that we might pull the ripcord on camping in Jasper tonight. We might just go into the village of Jasper and pick up a last few things, because this next leg of our journey is going to be going through some pretty remote areas. He's up the Cassiar Highway. You got to be more self-sufficient when you're traveling there, which we are, but we want to, make sure we have enough food for this overlanding adventure, and then head down the Telegraph Creek Road, which is about 185 kilometers long. We're going to do a small hike in Jasper, nothing super ambitious. Maybe drive in towards Moline Lake and check out, there's a cool little canyon in there, and just pick up a last few things before we head into northern British Columbia. Views are definitely obstructed today. Yay, Wes. Yay. Pretty cool, right? He loves it. He already can sense this is super cool. Hey, bud. You want to see Maline Canyon? You stoked or what? Oh, look, honey, look. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Look at the water. Hey. Careful.
Oh, stop. Jim, stop. The canoe. Fine.
Oh, you bought a bottle of booze, eh?
Canoe trip.
It's like perfect. Now this is like right here. Our seats can go there, and we're like close to the kitchen.
Yeah, we can move the picnic table and you could just set it up right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Are
Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. How do you do?
That's a fake. That's a fake. Where are you?
Everything smells like butter chicken now.
You want to get the fire going, Hud? What about you, Wesley? You want to get a fire going? Can you find some little sticks, Hudson? Little sticks for kindling?
Peekaboo!
Here, grab that, huh?
Yeah.
Someone took that for me.
Very good. Hudson.
Look,
Very-
your feet go. Go, da.
Well, we are camped here on the Fraser River. Beautiful, beautiful spot. Really smoky, and that smoke rolled in apparently just like a day before we showed up in the area. Beautiful backdrop of the mountain, which you can still see regardless of the smoke. And we've really enjoyed our time here. We're just nestled in by the lake in a campground. Tomorrow, you know, we don't have an insane distance to make it, but we're going to make it to the Cassiar Highway tomorrow and maybe explore a little side trail that's going to be pretty spirited. So that might be a thing to do in the morning, although we have to do laundry. The kids' clothes are all, you know, destroyed, food on them, pissed, etc. So we need to do some laundry. So fortunately we'll find a place in town to do that and maybe yeah, get some more adventures in for sure. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to be heading into some remote areas and into northern BC, so I'm really looking forward to it. Well, good morning. So heavy rain, very heavy rain that picked up around probably 1 in the morning and went all through until about 7 a.m. Tori, my hero, got up in the rain and put up the tarp while I snuggled in the tent. So what can I say? Anyways, what's cool is I woke up and what was a view that was blocked by smoke yesterday has cleared up to reveal these beautiful snow-capped mountains just beside the Fraser River here where we're camped in BC. So pretty awesome, and really excited to head on and see the rest of our trip too. But we're gonna take a bit more time this morning and do some laundry.
Should I get a fire going?
Sure.
Okay.
Overlook.
So this, our water might taste like butter chicken this morning. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Did you just rip it
huge hole.
in the bottom?
Yeah. I guess one of the poles got stuck in there. How did that happen?
Get out, Reggie.
Johnny. Eating pepperoni stick.
Really looking forward to seeing what the future has to hold. Tori and I are a little concerned about you know, the Telegraph Creek Road and our canoe trip on the Stikine. Do we have everything? Are we organized enough? And all these things, especially when you're traveling out here with the kids, it adds an extra blanket of things that need to be done and concerns as well. So we're gonna not rush when we get there. We're gonna take a whole day if we need it to just go through everything, double, triple check, make sure we have everything before we push off and start our canoe trip into Alaska. Hi, honey.
Hi.
How are you enjoying driving today?
It's nice.
Yeah, the kids are sleeping. We're just cruising.
Leslie's not asleep.
Well, Leslie's
But he's
enjoying
just a
the
quiet
view.
boy. It's really nice. It's a nice drive. The sun is back out, although it looks like we're driving towards some clouds maybe.
Yeah, it looks like we're driving back into a heck of a rainstorm,
It
doesn't
just
it?
feels so much warmer. I don't know if it's because I have the heat blasting.
Probably, yeah.
It's only 13 degrees. How are you enjoying the drive today?
I think it's pretty chill, yeah. It's like, you know, we saw some big, beautiful trees. And the highway is just stupidly beautiful, so yeah, it's pretty awesome. Where are we trying to make it to today?
I was thinking Fraser Lake
Okay.
area.
Okay, cool. Well, it is day 7 here still of the adventure, and the day's travel is coming to an end. We passed through Prince George today, and we're headed towards the Cassier Highway, and we think we've found a pretty cool little place to camp, just to turn off at the side of the road that's close to a lake. Hopefully no one else will be camped in there. When you get up into these remoter areas of BC, there's plenty of places, and you know, northern Ontario and stuff, and as soon as you're in more remote areas, there's different logging roads, different places where you can kind of turn off the road and make camp for the night. So we're gonna check out a spot. Hopefully the road in there is decent enough that we'll be able to get through and find a really cool and remote spot to camp for the night. So yeah, it should be fun. Okay, so we found the spot here. Beautiful lake, free spot to camp. Just basically pulled off on a logging road. It's a recreational site. We're there. A little bit of rain coming down. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can do it for you. Newt suit.
Newt suit.
Oh, I've been long gone, wanna talk to you. I've been hustling for so long. Oh, I've been thinking about the past, and it keeps me going on. Oh, and I can't stop, no, I don't stop. It's only I can see. Even if I end up all alone, I know my destiny. My mama told me we all bleed the same sun. Oh, prejudice and pride don't make you change. Just always remember where you come from. 'Cause I know you were born to break the chain. So I'm on my way. Yes, I'm leaving today. Hard to ride with me. See, I'm living in the nightlife. But I got a fire that burns so bright, from the back road to the street. I've been long gone for so damn long, so don't tell me that you have to go. Will you still be waiting for me? Tell me, 'cause I gotta know. See, I can't stop, no, I don't stop. It's only I can see. If I die trying to turn the tide, y'all remember me. See, Mama told me we all bleed the same sun. Oh, prejudice.
How about it? How about it? How about it? No!
Good job, bud. On the fire. We have to get a little closer than that.
A little closer. Okay. Okay. Oh. What's for dinner, huh?
Well, this is Wesley's dinner, and he is having leftovers. That would be my suggestion.
these, where it's a gravel base or rock base. We put down, double up this thick waterproof blanket, and that way when we're using the cot, the legs of the cot don't cut into the floor of the tent.
We have the Cold Steel SRKC, perfectly sharp right now.
Whoa, that's sharp.
Yeah, look how sharp it is.
It's frozen bacon. Okay, it is day 8 of this adventure. Last night we didn't eat a full dinner. We ate some leftovers and got a fire going. We're at a BC recreational site here, so it's not a provincial park. It doesn't cost anything to camp. There's no services here for people that want to plug in, that have RVs and stuff like that. So there's no place to buy wood or anything. We're just basically on crown land here, except there's a picnic table and a fire ring essentially. So that's kind of cool. There are some other people that know about the recreational sites, but this is, you know, overland camping, and these recreational site type spots are definitely kind of a level up from your drive-in campground where you plug in and stuff like that. Yeah, so today we're going to be on the Cassiar and we're going to be heading for Telegraph Creek. With any luck, we should even get to the Telegraph Creek Road today. Is that true, honey, or no?
I'm not today, tomorrow.
No. So it's a little far for one day then, eh?
Yes.
'Cause I was there by your side, with my eyes open wide, and I know that will always be true. There were no reasons why, as our beauty must die. We try hard, but we also won't go so
These eggs are hatched just by our neighbor. That's who we buy our eggs off of.
One on each. North. Good morning.
Well, this has become a bit of a morning routine where I take Huddy and North for a run and Tori does the final packing up things, which to me feels like I'm getting the better job, and maybe Tori thinks she is too. That's when teamwork makes the dream work. She has a more specific way of packing things up than I do, so she likes to do it. But in researching the kind of trip and little side adventures that I could be going on while I'm here, I found some other pretty freaking exciting things that might be something I come back and do without the kids and get into some really remote trails in Alaska and up into the mountains. So yeah, so this trip has got me thirsty to do some more true overlanding adventures. How do you run? There's a family there from Arizona, and I heard a little, like with little kids, and I heard kids giggling in, and Huddy ran over and like wouldn't come back and went under their trailer and pulled out all their toys. I was like playing with their big wheel. Hudson, come here, bud. Come here, bud. This is not our house. We have to leave it. Those aren't your toys, okay? Those aren't your toys, Hudson. Say bye-bye. Are you saying bye-bye to me? Honey, that's not your toy. And like they didn't even see us. I'm like, honey, we have to go. Finally, he was trying to get in the trailer and I had to just pick him up and leave.
Come on, honey. Fish.
That's where we're camping tonight?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Snow-capped peaks, any glaciers?
Well, the road, get this, is called, the highway that we're driving on, Glacier Highway.
Holy smokes. Okay, well, we are still making our way. Wesley's yelling in the back seat, trying to wake up his brother. Huddy's snoozing. That's why it's good to take him on a good run in the morning. And it is turning out to be a nice day. Still some variable weather, overcast and cold. I mean, we're pretty far north and we're only going further north. So everything we've read about the lower Stickeen River, which we're going to canoe, says that September's a good time to do it, but you know, there's a good chance that we're going to see a lot of rain and some cooler temperatures, which maybe we're a little concerned about. Honey, are you concerned about that?
I'm getting a little concerned. I'm like racking my brain thinking about what clothes did I pack for the kids for the canoe trip. No, Papa. No, Papa. Ha ha ha. He's talking to you.
Yes, Papa. Well, we are just having a little lunch break here. Where are we, Tori? We're not exactly sure where we are, but we're by Morristown Canyon here. It looks like potentially some people are down in this canyon, maybe my guess doing a salmon survey. It looks like potentially a very old hydro development around this rapids here. I'm not sure, I'm gonna go check it out, but it was time for lunch. Huddy was starting to protest and and we're just we just saw this kind of more or less from the side of the road and pulled over. Nice little spot to pull in here. So pretty neat. I wasn't sure what was going on down there. It looks like some old defunct hydro project here that's not working anymore. And I saw a bunch of people down there. Well, it turns out it's some indigenous people dip netting salmon, and there's a number of people down there all working at it. Couple little dip netting sites, and they got these long nets and they're scooping up the salmon, which is pretty cool. I think they're cohos, Look like some of them are a good size and they're processing them over there. So it looked like some kind of sketchy spots where they had to kind of walk up ramps and slippery rocks, and one guy was roped in, but both of them got a few nice salmon. So pretty cool to watch, actually. Had no idea I'd get to see this today, so glad we decided to stop here. So yeah, it looks like they're not just dip netting them for food necessarily. It looks like they're also doing some research, measuring the length of them, bringing them up in a kind of net that actually helps them, and then they're transporting them up and releasing them upriver. So some of them they're eating, but it's a lot of them they're actually quickly moving out of the water and quickly moving up above the falls after measuring the lengths of them. So it's more of a, I mean, some of them I saw them processing, but it's more of a salmon research study, which is pretty awesome. You can see that tube where they're releasing them back in the river. So, I don't know how this happened, but I was just pulling out of this beautiful little spot where we stopped for lunch, and I was just doing a loop around, not like a serious off-roading area or anything, and I just drove right over a sheer like 4-foot wall, like a log berm, basically like a log retaining wall. I drove right over it, and bam, I just couldn't see it from where I was. I mean, it happens, and I kind of trashed the fender. I'm amazed that driving over that I didn't trash the back of the trailer, but because of this steep departure angle, I didn't smash the trailer on it, but I did a number on the fender, which is concerning. So I drove over the side of this steep embankment, and just the end here caught, you know, wood of this like kind of retaining wall and bent this thing. Must have been under a lot of pressure. I'm glad it's not worse, but now we don't have a lot of room in here. See where I came down here? I just caught that fender right on this. This is just a place where people load their snowmobiles into the back of a pickup truck or ATVs. Oh man, well that is a bummer. Just a weird thing that happened. And it's got me a little concerned that that fender, you know, is going to become an issue when we're on the Telegraph Creek Road, or even tonight when we're getting to our campsite. On the highway, I think it'll be okay, but what happened is that the way it twisted the fender is not very far from the top of the tire. That means when you hit a big bump, the tire is going to hit the bottom of the fender and rub against it, and that can actually wear the tire down. You can get a blowout. We only have one spare. Yeah, man, that sucks, but it's just like, it's just one of those things. Like, I wasn't being reckless, I wasn't being stupid, I was just driving, and somehow I just didn't see it. It was disguised, it was hidden by the truck, and even still, I only just nicked that wall, the log retaining wall there, and it just pulled it right back up. There's just enough power, my momentum in the little downhill to trash it. So I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. It's definitely not an inexpensive thing to fix, but you know, things happen. I'm just gonna have to try to deal with it. I have a couple ideas on how we could potentially fix it, and we'll see, you know, but I'm not too worried about it on the highway, so I'll have to wait till this evening. Here, that's a forest fire up there.
Wow.
It's caused by lightning, eh? Being up that high.
Look at it. Holy macaroni.
It's working.
That's way better. Yeah, see? That's raising it. Yeah, because I could fit my whole hand like here. I don't think that's gonna cause an issue. Okay, well, I mean, high five-ish. Yeah, I do feel a lot better about that. I was really panicking the whole drive. Get your donkey. Well, we are 2 kilometers away from getting onto Highway 37, which is the Cassiar Highway that we've been talking about this whole trip. The last highway before we turn off onto the Telegraph Creek Road. So it is a big moment of our trip. Jim, what do you think? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we got everything dialed in before we go off on this much more remote stretch of the trip, and I can already tell it's going to be epically beautiful just judging by the mountains around here. You know, we got that fender fixed, we have everything we need, we got extra gas, and before too long we'll be enjoying that Telegraph Creek Road and paddling the Stikine. Woohoo! Skeena River. Whoa, me and Tori just saw a wolf. A straight up wolf. Hey, Tori?
Yeah.
A black wolf. Not a coyote or a coy wolf. A freaking wolf. It wasn't particularly big. Maybe a young one. But yeah, we just saw a freaking wolf. Yes, honey. Wolf, motherfucker.
So we have turned off of Highway 37 onto 37A towards Stewart, which is pretty much right on the Alaska border. We are looking for another recreational site, which is about 48 kilometers from Highway 37. So
Do you think it's worth driving 48 kilometers out of our way each way today to get to this place?
So we're driving out of our way about 48 kilometers, but it looks like it's pretty epic. It's right in the middle of a bunch of mountains, it looks like. It looks pretty incredible. So we're undecided. We could have just stayed at a provincial park at Meziadin, which was beautiful, but we like to try to, you know, find places a little off the beaten path. And just because this is so far off of the main highway, it will likely be less busy.
Wow, that's a big lake, eh?
Incredible. West is the good
Holy crap, that was freaking awesome. We just drove past Baird Glacier, and just what a sight it is to see. We're kind of rushing a little more than we'd like to because we got a ways to make it into where we're camping, but this scenery is just too gorgeous to rush through. What a great decision to take this little side detour. And Baird Glacier is just unreal. Jagged mountains shooting up, just that almost glowing blue of the glacier and the outwash lake below. Like super freaking inspiring. That's quite the outfit, Huddy.
Hey.
How cold is that?
It's not that cold.
Wow.
Are you hungry? Okay, Huddy's hungry, so I'll heat up the butter chicken, yeah?
Yeah.
Had 2 yogurts, 3 yogurts today. Ridiculous. I don't trust you. Pardon?
Water and gas is on.
Oh, it is? Oh. Okay, Huddy, not everyone wants to listen to that noise right now in nature, you know?
Okay, should I feed Wes, yeah?
Yeah, sure, thank you. Come, let's eat. Open.
Bird, yeah. Oh man, we should wake up early tomorrow, eh?
Yeah.
Just to fully enjoy the day.
It is the night of day 8. We are camped at another recreation site here in BC. We drove about 30 minutes off of the highway to get here because we had a feeling it was going to be pretty spectacular, and we were not wrong. Pretty quiet spot right on a little lake and beautiful views of the mountains. We got here kind of late, probably around 8 o'clock. It was just getting dark. We had just enough time to reheat some leftovers for us and the kids. Fed them, fed ourselves. The kids are in bed. Jim and I had a couple of adult beverages, and now we are pretty tired and we're probably going to call it a night. And the goal is to wake up early tomorrow so that we can really take our time on the road out of here because it was so beautiful. So ideally we are going to roll out of here pretty early. We only have to make it probably, 3 hours tomorrow in order to get to the start of the Telegraph Creek Road. So we're getting closer to the start of our canoe trip, which I'm progressively getting more and more nervous about. But that's okay. How
nervous are you?
I'm getting more nervous, but I'm also getting more confident. It's a very weird phenomenon. At the end, we're tired. We're gonna go to bed. Huddy's hitting Wesley, so I have to go deal with that. Poor Wesley.
Well, here we are, day 9 of our adventure, and things have gotten pretty amazing. We drove down this epic road that leads to Stewart and into Alaska, and yesterday we were just spellbound with the scenery, and we found a little place to camp here at a recreation site. Turned out to be pretty good. We got here kind of late, but really enjoyed the view right on this beautiful little pond here, so really cool. And today we're going to be on the Telegraph Creek Road camping, so looking forward to that. We're just going through the morning routine. We made bacon and eggs and toast for breakfast, my favorite. Tori whipped that up. I got the tent taken down and the cot folded up and all that kind of stuff, and gave Wesley his medicine. For those of you that don't know, Wesley has something called FOXG1 syndrome. FOXG1 is a rare neurological disorder that affects the FOXG1 gene. So Wesley has a lot of challenges. He's unable to walk, he's non-vocal, and he's unable to talk, but we have seen progression. He's sitting up much better. He can stand now with support, so we have a lot of hope that he is going to continue to develop. Being out in nature with him is really good for him too, so he really enjoys this. So we're looking forward to the next leg of our trip, where we'll be completely immersed in the wilderness.
Mama.
Yeah, you know what? I don't trust you to not make a huge mess in there. Unfortunately, you are a very good eater, but you are on my bed. You can fried egg.
These are the coast mountains here. This part of BC, the coast mountains are bigger, more jagged than the northern Rockies, whereas further south, like down south around Vancouver and that, the coast mountains are much smaller than the Rockies, which is what you see in Jasper and Banff. And that's because this area here close to the coast wasn't as heavily glaciated as more inland in the northern Rockies, and those huge glaciers wore down the Rockies some. So the coast mountains are super breathtaking in northern BC and Alaska, and we just can't wait to enjoy more of it. We're really looking forward to continuing this overlanding adventure here, because we're gonna have epic scenery driving back to the Cassiar Highway, then up the Cassiar, and then the Telegraph Creek Road is where things are gonna get interesting. And we are on the road. We are on 37A here, driving back to the Cassiar Highway. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to continue on and check out Stewart and Hayter, Alaska, which is really how far down that way?
Oh geez, maybe 10 kilometers.
Yeah, we're 10K out of Stewart, but that's another trip for another time. We're headed back to the Cassiar to head up to Telegraph Creek. Holy crap, look at this. Look at this Sitka spruce. So we're both just super happy that we took the road less traveled and decided to pretty much add almost 100 kilometers to our adventure to drive down 37A and camp where we camped and just experience Baird Glacier, numerous waterfalls pouring off the mountainsides, just epic scenery, cloud-covered mountains, snow patches in the mountains. Amazing. Totally worth it. With any luck, we should be on the Telegraph Creek Road today. Kids are happy. One of the things that's really cool as we're seeing Wesley, he really seems to be taking in the scenery and noticing it too. Wesley's muscles don't move in a typical way, which means it's hard for him to hold his head in one position and focus on something. He's non-verbal, so it's hard to know if the scenery and what we're doing is really registering with him. But today, when we were checking out Baird Glacier, we could really see Wesley looking up, making eye contact with it, smiling, and it was just made my heart melt to see him just connecting with nature and the beautiful scenery all around us. And the same thing at some of our campsites. You can tell he's looking at it and taking it in. Honestly, almost more than Hudson is, it almost seems. But Hudson, when he woke up this morning, he walked and he looked at the mountain, he looked up to the waterfall above, and he goes, "Whoa, cool!" So I know that that he's loving it too. So how are you feeling about our canoe trip, honey?
I'm really looking forward to the canoe trip now. I was worried about it being cold, but after being closer to the area that we're actually going to be paddling in, it hasn't been super cold here. There's some spots that were windy, but that's fine. I'm looking forward to it.
We are on the Cassiar Highway right now, and the road is in good shape. It looks like it's been probably, I don't know, maintained a couple years ago, and asphalt's in solid shape. We're winding through stands of poplar trees, and the leaves are starting to turn color. What the
Airstream convoy up here.
Yeah.
Is this a Tesla pulling an Airstream?
Porsche.
Pick up me. Hi, baby. Hi.
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 Can you film north?
Hi, Lord.
Film.
Hi, Lord. A, B, C, D.
Yes.
Yeah, you can have that one. Watch out for the knife. Here.
Okay. Okay.
You did it! Yeah, there's some black flies out here.
helicopter?
Helicopter. Helicopter.
Yummy teeth. Yummy teeth. Look.
Well, we are just, oh, Huddy's escaping. This way, please.
Come here.
This way.
Come here, please. Good. Thank
Good
you.
job, Huddy. Thanks, bud. Well, we are just at a little pit stop here off the side of the Cassiar Highway. We had to kind of drive down a little hill where there's a little crescent road. It's pretty cool because it's right by this lake. Some picnic tables here and just a nice little rest stop. As you can tell, not much traffic at all going by. Yeah, we're enjoying today the start on 37A and then up the Cassiar. And yeah, we're going to be camping on the Telegraph Creek Road tonight. And just going to have some sandwiches here. Let the kids have a little break from driving. And getting kind of hungry myself, so.
You want to eat? Is that belly hungry?
Yay!
Well, we have a couple things to take care of before we head off on the Stikine, and we need cell signal to do those things, and there's no cell signal anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a cell signal booster that connects to the DC port in the truck and see if we can't pick up a signal. Maybe there'll be one when we get closer to Telegraph Creek or at some point along here. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't hurt to have a cell signal booster when you're heading into remote areas by vehicle, and even not by vehicle. I've taken one when I was on an extended canoe trip with the family before, and I brought one with me and enabled me to do some key things I needed to do out there. So kind of a good thing to have. This is basically what it is here. An antenna, a receiver, the thing you put your phone in, and the port here for the DC. Come on, Wes. Come on, bud. Good job. Come on, good job. Come on. Yay! Yeah, we're just doing some physio there with Wesley, and that will slowly but surely, hopefully, teach him how to walk. He's 5 years old right now. Some children with FOXG1 don't walk till they're 8. Some never do. Some walk earlier. It's all over the place. It's a wide spectrum, but it's good to get him out, get him standing up a bit. He can stand with some support, and he sits very well on his own, and just do some little physio with him every day when we're at camp or when we take a break, and helps him get stretched out. And he's really proud of himself too when he starts walking. It's really cute to see his little face. Come on, boy, come on. Backseat. Backseat, go on.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about.
Well, the Cassiar Highway is pretty awesome. I just drove over a steel bridge there and tried to look down to see the river, and it was nowhere to be found because it was just way down at the bottom of a canyon. So some dramatic scenery here to be enjoyed. Huddy's out. Hey Wes, you like the scenery?
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.
turns through this stretch. Whoa! That's one hell of a turn. Thoughts?
It's fun.
Stickeen River!
What?
This is it. We just crossed the Stickeen River Bridge. Yeah! We're that much closer to our destination at Telegraph Creek, where we're gonna jump off and paddle the lower Stickeen River all the way into Alaska to finish at the town of Wrangell. But our trip on the river isn't gonna start for a couple days because we have the Telegraph Creek Road to navigate. It's supposed to be a really beautiful road. It's all gravel. It's about 150 kilometers long or more. And we're gonna be camping on that road tonight with any luck. Just trying to find a place to kind of pull over at the side of the road and make it home for the night. So we're super excited about that, but awesome to get our first glimpse of the Stickeen River.
I am super excited. I'm excited to get onto the Telegraph Creek Road. I'm also nervous now that it's like we're here, you know, it's becoming a reality that we're actually paddling this river, but I just got a glimpse of the river and it looks beautiful.
Okay, well, we are looking for the Telegraph Creek Road. We just entered what seems like the town limits of Dease Lake. It's getting a little later than we wanted to. I don't know how the heck 3 hours of driving turned into 6 hours on the road, but long lunch breaks and stopping to film and gas, and next thing you know, the day's blowing by.
What does it say? Dease Lake. There it is.
Oh, snapperoo! Telegraph Creek Road. Yeah, now we just keep our eyes peeled for a place to camp that looks decent. Well, I set up the booster, the cell booster. It looks like we're not going to be getting any cell service. So I thought maybe Dease Lake would have service because a lot of northern communities do have service just around the community, but not Dease Lake. So
what day is it today? Oh, it's September 7th.
So
it's past 6.
Okay.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Are you ready?
You ready, Eddie?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Wes? Wesley's ready. Look at him.
You ready, Wes?
Ready, Wes?
Yeah! Well, we have left the pavement behind us and won't see any for over 300 kilometers. We are on the Telegraph Creek Road. We've heard that the road is actually in really good shape, but we're still going to be looking at gradients of 20% on this road, which is huge. Like an 8% gradient they sign on the highway and tell trucks to put chains on. So there's going to be some interesting stuff, but so far so good. Oh, and there's going to be sheer cliffs that we might whip down. Maybe we should have just camped in Dease Lake and then figured out where we're going to camp in here tomorrow, because at this point we don't know where the recreation sites are, and it's like, do we keep pushing and miss the whole road rushing it, or do we just find a place to pull over and camp?
I know.
Like, it's not like there's much traffic here, you know?
There isn't, but like I just had this idea in my mind that we were going to be camped in this beautiful spot on the Telegraph Creek thing, you know?
Well, there's been a change in plan. We've turned around and are going back. We're turning this sucker around.
We're canceling the trip. We've decided that we're going to drive all the way back home.
Yeah. me and Tori got in the big blow up. Just kidding. So basically, yeah, what's happened is that we thought that there were some like places to camp off of the Telegraph Creek Road, but you know, we had a trip report. Maybe the trip report we read, we were wrong, and those places to camp were actually off of the Cassiar, and we got mixed up. But basically what happened is we got in about 25 kilometers on the Telegraph Creek Road and then realized that there's nowhere to camp, and unless it's right around the corner, we're going to be driving into the night, and we really want to enjoy this road. So we're basically turning around, going back to Dease Lake. We're going to camp there and take the full day tomorrow to drive this road all the way to Telegraph Creek. So.
It's only 112 kilometers, the
Right.
road, and obviously we want to like take our time, but so I just think it makes more sense. We're also driving directly into the sunlight going that way.
Yeah,
Like you just
yeah.
can't really. It's getting dark. We're going to be pulling it. We're going to be racing against the sun setting and then getting there at dark. And I just feel like it makes more sense. I mean, if we didn't have our kids here, sure, maybe that's fine. But like, we've got our dog and our 2 little kids.
Yeah.
Buddy's saying, I'm hungry. He had a little snack, but we still have to get to camp. We have to make dinner. It's getting late. It's just not. It's not
No,
the
honestly,
responsible thing to do
right.
to push on into the night on a windy dirt road
where there's cliffs that fall off the side.
and we don't even know where we're going. We don't know where
Right.
we're pulling over.
It looked like there was like a campground just to the left off the road. Like I saw a fire ring there. It looked sick.
Off Dease Lake.
Yeah.
How you doing, West man? We'll get you fed very soon, sweet boy. You're such an angel. You're so precious.
Nobody's here.
Nobody's here.
Because it's not marked on any maps, probably.
Good.
So, we bailed on the Telegraph Creek Road, but we found a pretty freaking good alternate plan here, and we found this campsite, and we're gonna wake up tomorrow, have the whole day to do it, probably camp somewhere closer to the end of it tomorrow.
I was just gonna make pasta.
Sure. This is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Sick. This is what we should have done from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? North. You can tell if there's any bears around. No, I feel like there's no food. It's like pretty clean campground, like no garbage.
I don't know what this is gonna taste like. We had a total of 5 moose burgers left, and we only have 3 burger buns. So I decided to grind up 2 of the moose burgers and turn it into a pasta sauce. So here we are.
Right?
That's a very yummy dinner for him.
Come on, get it.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's hot. Yep.
Okay. Drop. Okay. So Tori's whipped up some pasta with some moose meat pasta sauce. We're gonna have a good feed. Huddy's already eaten and turn in. So anyways, turned out to be awesome. Bit more of an adventure than planned, but found a great spot and rejigged our plan. Safer for the kids and everything like that. Fun times in the end. So it is day 10 of our overlanding adventure across Canada, and it's been amazing. Camped right on a clear water river that's rushing, a little bit of a rapid there, and the river actually winds back into a canyon, mountains in the background, and cold this morning. Woke up, it was quite chilly. Took me a little longer to get out of bed, but we were up by about 7 and getting things packed up. We feed North First Mate pet food. This one is Pacific salmon and ocean formula, and North really likes it. On trips where he's doing a lot more work, we feed him First Mate High Performance, which is meant for athletic dogs, like sled dogs and stuff like that. That's what I feed him. And oftentimes on trips like this too, I'll feed him High Performance just because it means we have to carry less weight. You get more bang for your buck in the kibble. But this time we're bringing the Pacific Ocean formula, which he loves. So yeah, First Mate pet food's definitely North's favorite.
Yummy. Go.
Thank you, honey. Very yummy. Well, ladies and germs, that is about it. Another morning at another beautiful campsite just outside of Dease Lake here in northern BC. The kids are in the truck and we are about to roll out of here and hit that Telegraph Creek Road. There should be some beautiful views of the Grand Canyon of the Stikine. We're really looking forward to taking it all in. And with any luck, we should be camped near Telegraph Creek this evening. Yeah. This thing is good on gas, eh? We haven't even gone through a full tank yet since the whole trip. And then I bring this, if we do need to refill, this is a siphon, so I can just put this down there and then siphon it from here into the generator, and I don't need to unstrap these, which is a pain in the butt. Howdy, are you ready to get going? Are you ready to get going?
Telegraph Creek Road, round 2.
Round 2, baby. Here we go. Feeling nice and fresh. It's about 11 a.m. Huddy's pissed. The rest of us are in good spirits.
Maybe.
Oh, we love you, honey. It's okay. Little behind the scenes for you here. There's no turnaround up there. To get that shot, I'm gonna have to go for about a kilometer-long jog to get caught up to Tori. One of the things, having a trailer as awesome as it just makes it harder to find a place to turn around. So I'm gonna have to walk all this way. So, like the sign said, we're getting into the interesting part of the Telegraph Creek Road here. And yeah, mountains in the background with snow on them. Gonna be some really steep uphills and lots of exciting stuff. So, we're through the easy part.
Just past kilometer 70 and Telegraph Creek is at kilometer 112, so we're about 40 kilometers away.
Feel better now that you're driving?
Yes, I was feeling quite sick and car sick, and yeah. I do feel much better while driving.
That looks like the Grand Canyon of the Stickeen. Wow, this is a crazy part of the road here. Well, we just pulled off at an epic little spot for lunch that overlooks the Grand Canyon of the Stikine. And this part of the Grand Canyon of the Stikine is actually the lower part. Upriver, it's much more inaccessible. The road doesn't go near it, and it's just like absolutely raging. It's a world-class whitewater run. Only a handful of expert whitewater kayakers at the top of their game have ever done it. The first descents of it were helicopter assisted, so not something we're doing with the family, and that's why we're starting the Stikine at Telegraph Creek. So we're actually paddling the lower Stikine River. I have paddled the upper, gotten driven around the canyon, and then paddled the lower in the past. So this is my second time driving this road. It just blew me away. It's better than I ever remembered. It's so cool. Definitely a little bit of fear going around those tight corners if you're not used to driving in the mountains, but wow, it's just been super beautiful.
The black flies are very bad today. Surprising. It's September. I'm just using some Muskol Family and Kids. It's 10% DEET. Works great. I just try not to spray it on their face, obviously. I spray it on my hand and when I can catch him. All right, moose burgers for lunch. I can't believe how bad the black flies are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Moose burger, cheers.
Awesome lunch. Nice to have the fridge. We brought these all the way from home 10 days ago. We were kind of beating ourselves up because we wished that we were able to camp on this road last night. We ended up turning around, and as we got into it today, we just saw these epic places to camp. However, by the time we even got to those places, it would have been dark. We would have been driving quicker, maybe would have been more dangerous, and you know what I mean? Just knowing what we know now, sure, hindsight is 20/20, but I still think we made the right decision turning around yesterday and coming back and enjoying the road when it's light out, because the spots where you can camp aren't, you know, in for a ways, and they're not really until after the road gets really crazy, about kilometer 70. Anyways, we're just packing up here, and yeah, nice little break. Black flies joined us, so luckily we busted out some muskol, and yeah, packing up and moving on our way. Not a whole lot of the road left, but it's guaranteed going to be spectacular. Wow, we're driving next to another cliff. Nice little pit stop for lunch. See some cabins here in the distance. Looks extremely beautiful and cool place to have a cabin, to say the least. But yeah, we are definitely not rushing. If you make a mistake here, you know, it's a pretty big one. So I'm not looking forward to driving back the other way, because I'll be on the outside of most of these bends where there's, you know, a cliff right down on one side of you. And honestly, for what it is and for where it is, it's in good shape too, I would say. Hey, Tori?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like, there's no huge washouts and ruts and rivers washing over it and crawling up boulders and stuff like that. Like, obviously,
and there's not a ton of like traffic going the other way, which is nice.
Yeah,
that's what makes me nervous.
And this road we're on now wraps around there and winds up down there. Right here is a sheer cliff, looks well over 100 feet tall. For perspective, that's where we were driving along that ridge up there.
just absolutely terrifying. And I'm like, the thought of driving back, I'm like, can we fly home? Stikine River.
Yeah, so this is just a note, this is a traditional gathering place long before the road was here, where indigenous Tahltan people used to meet for potlatches, drawing and fishing salmon. And this is actually the Tahltan River here where it meets the Stikine, so pretty awesome. We're about to go up an insanely steep gradient though after we cross this bridge. Afraid of heights, Tori?
Yeah, you didn't know that about me?
I didn't know that about you.
I'm terrified.
Wow,
Why do you think I'm freaking out?
You're so brave.
Like, I don't even like standing up here. I'm like so afraid. I'm driving again because Jim makes me nervous when he's driving. No, it's because I like to be in control for some reason, and I don't mind listening to stories when I'm driving, but and you know, I don't know, I'm gonna be driving.
Listening to stories? Was I telling too many stories?
Well, like Jim likes to talk. Jim has the gift of the gab, and so when he's driving, he's talking, and I'm just wondering, how focused are you on the road while you're telling me these really detailed and intricate stories?
Oh, it's okay. Just a little bit of a drive-by on old Jim, but it's all good. I've been, cool as a cucumber out there. Maybe a little, right kind of nervousness. But Tori, I didn't really know this, but says she has more than an average fear when it comes to heights. So I'm really proud of her because, especially as a mom with her 2 kids here, her just tackling a road like this. If you're from around here, probably no big deal. But when you're not from the mountains and you're not used to driving roads with just sheer cliffs off the edge of them, it can be a little more scary.
We passed the 105 kilometer marker, I don't know, a little while back. So, and Telegraph Creek is at 112. So, 5 kilometers left maybe.
The old building from historic old Telegraph Creek. Still here. Some are in pretty good shape still.
This one is in pretty good shape.
Yeah, very. Well, we are almost here at Stikine River Song, which is in the old Hudson Bay Company trading post. We just came down a steep decline to see historic Telegraph Creek. Pretty cool, right on the lower Stikine River. We are at Stikine River Song on the lower Stikine River in Telegraph Creek, 5,000 kilometers after leaving our house in Magnetawan. We did it, honey. Yes. Okay, here we are in beautiful Telegraph Creek, British Columbia. We got here last night, and someone I've been in touch with who actually watches our videos reached out before we arrived here and gave us some info. I was chatting back and forth over email. Well, it turns out that he kind of had an idea that probably we'd be rolling into here that day, and sure enough he was, and they invited us back to their place. So we spent the evening and night there, and really cool, what looks to be a self-sufficient homestead, and a lot of fun as well. Beautiful property, beautiful view. So we went back to their house and hung out with them and checked out their goats. They keep chickens. They have an amazing operation growing food, hay field, full sawmill, home built out of all ripped lumber, and a forest fire came through here. As you can probably tell from some of my photos, a forest fire came here about 5 years ago, burnt theirs and many other houses down. They completely rebuilt it just using lumber that they sawmilled out of all the dead burnt trees. So pretty resilient and amazing people. And Telegraph Creek's actually a very historic town. It was where they began building a telegraph line, believe it or not. Some people even tried to use Telegraph Creek as an overland route to reach the Yukon during the Yukon Gold Rush. So some of these buildings and stuff here are 100 years old. Old Hudson Bay Company Post and several other buildings. And at one time, a steamship actually transported people up the Sakine, including John Muir, who wrote a book on his travels in the area. That's why the older buildings are down close to the river, where the newer buildings in Telegraph Creek, which are mostly owned by Tahltan indigenous people, are up closer to the road. A little more building space there, but amazing little community just kind of built into the side of the mountains here. And we were going to just jump on the Sakine River and start paddling today. Instead of rushing, we want to just take our time to make sure that we have all our equipment and everything dialed in to start our canoe trip, even though we're itching to get on the river. Is this all going to fit in the canoe, honey?
Yeah.
Well, there's also this.
Oh my God.
But yeah, this is all just like extra canoe packs, life jackets, maps, map cases, mess kit. That's Huddy's paddle.
Oh, done. Oh, done.
Huddy, please put that in the canoe.
Wait, just this puppy. Wow. So that's super easy. Uh-oh, Huddy's in here with me.
I know.
Mommy's gonna take a shower.
You're doing the morning?
Wow, water's warm.
That's crazy that this boat barrel imploded from the elevation of driving across the country.
That's crazy. Okay, you can put it down.
Wesley, you want to go on a canoe trip, bud? Hey? We are still getting loaded, and it's turning out to be more of a task than we thought it was, but yeah, still got a few things to fit in here. This is an 18-foot Novacraft Prospector, and the Prospector canoe is a real beast. It can take a lot of weight, particularly an 18-footer, but do we have enough space for all the stuff we want to bring? For example, we want to bring a special backpack for Wesley to ride in when we go on hikes. You know, we need enough room for North, Wesley, Hudson, all of us to sit, all of our gear, etc., etc. One good thing is that there's no portaging on the lower Stikine River. I mean, there shouldn't be, which means that we don't need to have everything perfectly organized for us to pick up and carry to make the beginning and ends of the portage go faster, so we can kind of tuck things away. We can get away with that on this one, but we still need a little bit of leg room, and we want to make sure that the canoe floats high enough in the water. Again, that's not really the issue, isn't the weight, the issue is the space. So we're just kind of doing a dry run here and making sure everything can fit while we're up here on shore before we haul everything down to the river to pack up, to load the canoe and leave tomorrow morning.
How wide are these bags?
This can fit on its side though, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. Well, this can fit beside it.
Maybe,
Oh, then something else can go right here.
yeah. Oh, nice. And then this can go here.
Yeah.
Well, it's looking like it's gonna be a full load.